The Morning Wave on Mix 93.8.
So George is back in studio. George, how are you, sir?
Excellent, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Wonderful.
I'm excited. I love your guys' show. We always listen to it on the road. We're stoked to be here.
What do you think of the new studios?
Amazing, beautiful,
Bragging.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Eh?
So the last time we had a conversation, I mean, you and I did something pre-recorded, and then we kind of played it on air. And I said to you, George, you got to come into the studio. We got to have this live conversation.
You are. Yes. You know what the problem is though? My heart's beating out of my chest. I am so nervous.
No.
I kept on telling myself, just calm down.
Calm down.
Woosah. And there's no woosah yet, Chana.
Take it easy. So, George, for those who missed the conversation that we had last year, I mean, what do you do? What is the company? Tell us more.
Okay, so I own a company called Duke's Gold and Diamond Exchange. We buy diamonds, gold, jewelry, estate jewelry, luxury watches like Rolexes, Patek Philippe. That's pretty much. We also buy Krugerrands, gold coins, that type of stuff. A lot of the stuff people have that's sitting in the cupboard that's got a huge amount of value, they don't know about it. Well, we buy it from you, and put some money in your pocket.
So where did this whole idea start to open up this business? I mean, has it always been something in the family?
Yeah, you know what? My father, he used to buy and sell gold years ago, back in the 80s and early 90s. You know, he's passed on, God rest his soul. I got an interest in gold then, you know, and then in the 20s, like the 2000s, I was in business with my cousin at a place called Santon Gold and Diamond Exchange. It's always been in my blood. I love working with it. It's exciting. You meet new people every day.
Yeah.
I mean, you meet new people sitting here. So
I do. And then I get their numbers and then I hound them to come back. Yeah?
Yeah, so I mean, I love the interaction with people. I think it's more about the people than it is about the business. I'll be honest with you. And number one thing is to look after our clients.
Absolutely.
So important. Yeah.
Because you're working with people, you know, face to face. It's quite a delicate thing that you got to do, right? Yeah. So take us through the process. Let's say, for example, I just had a Rolex lying around, which I don't, unfortunately, and I wanted to sell it, right? So I'd give you a call, and then what happens?
Yeah, you give me a shout. So you got two options. We can come to you, or you can come to us.
Lovely.
One of the options of coming to you is so much better than coming to our offices. You know, the old way of doing things is you go into an office, you give the watch or the gold or whatever through the little cubicle. They have a look at it, they give you a price. If you're happy, they pay you. It's not that easy sometimes to sell stuff. People need a human interaction. They need to sit in front of someone and understand what the price is and why the price is what it is. So you get hold of me via email, via the website, via our cell phones. We set up an appointment. We come through to you or you come through to us. We sit down, we go through the whole process with you. We explain to you why the price is on the watch, what we're offering. 9 out of 10 times they sell, you know. So it's quick and easy. And payments is instantaneous. You know, the days of waiting for your payment for 24 hours or cooling off period,
no more.
Non-existent.
So I would imagine that you're also going and buying gold and diamonds, right?
Yeah. So, you know what, we don't really buy from the refineries and that type of thing. My major part of my business is buying from clients. So say our client has got a gold ring that she wants to sell or he wants to sell.
Yes.
All right, they'll contact us. We'll set up an appointment. We'll go through to them, have a look at the ring, determine the purity of the gold, weigh it, because everything with gold is on weight. And even diamonds is also on weight and size. I've heard of the 4 C's. It's a little bit more complicated, but I can explain that as well. With gold, it's purity, so it's 9 carat, 14 carat, 18 carat, 22 carat. Very rarely do you get fine gold. But anyway, have a look at it, test it, check it, give you a price, pay you immediately.
There's one thing that I wanted to ask, and I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it. You once spoke to me about like something 3D. Do you remember that conversation? Where, and I don't want to, maybe I should like to have the conversation off air because I don't want to get into trouble, but we once spoke about like fake diamonds, fake jewelry and that sort of thing.
No, you know what? We get a huge amount of that.
Yeah?
You know what? It's not really the person's fault. You must understand, when you buy something from someone, you're buying from them in good faith.
Yes.
And a lot of the times these people have got legacy stuff that's been lying around for years, that granny or your mother has given you. And yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you think it looks gold, feels gold, looks like a diamond, feels like a diamond, and you phone me, you know, I go through, and that's why we have so much equipment. I've got a bag full of equipment which I carry everywhere with me.
Yes.
And it tests everything in front of you. And, you know, the surprised faces that come out of this is second to none. I mean, I had someone, you know, there was a guy in Pretoria, he had a 3 and a 4 carat diamond, respectively, that he'd bought in the 70s from a reputable diamond shop in Pretoria. They've closed and they've gone. No names, no nothing.
Yes.
Bought these diamonds for thousands of rands back then. Gave it to the wife over the years, lived happy.
She loved it.
Loved it.
She was
Everything
happy.
Was fine. phoned me. He lived in an estate, so it was a well-to-do story, you know.
Yes.
And these diamonds were worth a hell of a lot of money. We're talking almost millions of rands worth of stones.
Wow.
Went there, had a look at it, took the diamond out. First thing I saw on the diamond as I looked through the loop was little scratches on the top of the diamond. Diamonds are the hardest substance on the planet. You can't scratch a diamond.
Yes.
So anyway, I had a squiz at this, and I didn't say anything at first. Maybe I thought, you know what, it was badly polished. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
So put it down, picked up the second stone, had a look at that. It looked fine. And then I've got a little diamond tester that I carry around with me.
Yes.
Anyway, I put the diamond tester on it, and true's Bob, both of them were moissanite.
No.
Yeah.
So what is that?
No, well, it's a fake diamond, if you want to call it that. Moissanite is a substance. It's the second hardest substance on the planet.
Yes.
They shape it into a diamond. It looks like a diamond. It feels like a diamond, but it isn't a diamond. Hasn't been mined over millions of years. It isn't a diamond with regards to its atomic chemistry. It's just not a diamond. So, and it's worth absolutely nothing. You can buy a 1 carat moissanite from a jewelry shop for around 1,000 rand today.
No.
Yeah. So a 1 carat diamond ranges from 40,000 to 100,000. You see the difference?
That's wild. Larry, you're shaking your
but
head. You're also shocked.
Here's the cracker.
Yeah?
All right.
It's criminal.
Yeah, no, it is, because you're selling them a fake nonsense.
Yeah.
It's like selling a Folex, not a Rolex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Folex.
Yeah. So, you know, the guy obviously wasn't happy. He cried. I said to him, don't worry, you know, your wife didn't know. She got many, many happy years about it. Whatever. Went back to the office and I spoke to a friend of mine and I said to him, Shane, this poor guy was duped. And he turned around and said to me, don't think that he was duped, because you don't know what the wife did when she had the rings.
Yes.
You see. So, yeah, but there's a lot of fake stuff out there.
Oh,
It's
my
not always the
goodness.
people that know about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've got to test everything.
All right, so we're going to see what's happening in your traffic. We're cool down. There's so many things we're learning on the show today. Give us a shout via the WhatsApp line if you have any questions for George, 084-822-0938. It's Pet Shop Boys right here on Mix 93.8. Always on my mind. It's 25 after 10. We're hanging out with George from Duke's Gold and Diamond Exchange. Sell your gold jewelry, sell your diamonds, sell your luxury watches, and so much more. George, you also work with like Kruger Rands and things like that, do you?
Yeah, definitely. A Kruger Rand is 22 karat gold. A full Kruger is 33.9 grams. It's just the weight of it. It's called a 1 ounce. It's good money. That's investment money.
Yeah.
You know, there's no money to be made in it, if you want to call it that, because we buy very high and we sell very high.
Yeah.
People all know what the price is, you know. So
Yes.
the thing is with Kruger Rands, that's investment gold. Jewelry really isn't much of an investment. You are buying a high-end, a high-quality product,
Yes.
but the investment lies in the amount of gold used in the jewelry, and if there's diamonds, how much the diamonds are worth in the jewelry. You know, and that's where the price differential comes from when we're buying stuff. And people sometimes don't realize that when you're buying something from a retail store, you're buying at a retail price.
Correct.
They've got a markup. They've got to pay their staff.
Yes.
They've got to run as a business. They've got to pay for the rent. You know, so there is a big differential.
I hope I'm not going to ask like a silly question here. Like, does things like gold and diamonds, do they depreciate in value?
Yes.
Okay.
So gold will always move because it's traded on the stock exchange.
Correct.
Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, depending on how strong the dollar is and how strong the gold is.
Yes.
If it's bullish, it goes up. If it's the other way around, it goes down. Okay. Diamonds is a little bit different. Okay, so the largest polisher, not miner, polisher of diamonds on the planet is India. So what happens over there? And they polish these tiny little 1 pointers, 2 pointers, 3 pointers, 5 pointers. Now what that is, it's a very small diamond. Like these little ones inside this little pendant, those are like 2 pointers.
Okay.
So they polish hundreds of thousands of stones like that in a day. What happens is if they need money, they flood the market, and it affects the diamond price massively. Another thing is how raw diamonds are mined throughout Africa. Africa's a big problem for that because there's the blood diamonds, and it's a real thing, you know, and how they flood the market and what price they're selling the diamonds at. And there's so much politics and nonsense involved that it affects the diamond price. I was having a look on the diamond price report. So there's a thing called the RAP report, which is a gauge for people around the world to buy and sell diamonds. So if you're in New York, if you're in Hong Kong, if you're in London, or if you're in Boksburg, all the same price. It's one price list sent out of New York. It's called the RAPNet report. We look at a price. I'll actually show you what it looks like just now. So on the left, you've got your color. On the top right, on the top, you've got your clarity.
Yes.
And then you've got your sizing as well. And on that, a 1 carat stone, certain color and clarity, over the last 6 months, I think has dropped by $500.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that's just because of these type of influences that happen. So it's not because it depreciates as a product. You know, it doesn't depreciate because it's a diamond or this. It's just the way that the world economics are moving. How people are trading with the metals or with the diamonds, you know. It's just how it moves.
Hectic. What do you want to come in there? All right. So George, you know, I'm sure there's listeners that would like to, you know, check the website out, find you on social media, etc. Maybe even, I mean, I don't know if you do this, but have like consultation sessions, you know, if that's what you call it. How can they do so if they'd like to get hold of you?
Well, you can get hold of us Dukes on our website. It's www.dukesgde.co.za.
Yes.
You can get hold of us on my cell phone number, which is 072-048-6812. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. There's videos on YouTube to follow if you want to know what we're talking about. Informative videos and talking about how to buy and sell.
Yeah.
The tools of the trade. I mean, we do a lot of interacting with that type of stuff.
So George is offering himself, to tutor, as we remain teachable, we learn about all these things. I don't know if I'll be good at that type of stuff because you say it's the way of the lay of the land, as they say. You got to have it.
Yeah, you know what? Buying, actual knowing and that type of stuff is it's easy.
Yeah.
You pick it up quite simple. But dealing with people is a different kettle of fish. And that takes time. Understanding what they're looking to do, how they want to sell, what they want to sell for, where their mindset is, and it's got to do with your selling thing. There we go, the mind of a meta story.
Yeah.
A lot of times I go into meetings and I've got a price in my head and I'm thinking it and I'm trying to focus on that way, and it actually goes that way,
Beautiful.
Other times there's people that are expecting something and you know what, this is where the misconception comes in. They've got an understanding of what they paid or where they've get an evaluation from, and they want that, and unfortunately you can't get that. It's just not a realistic price.
George, thank you so much for joining us on the Morning Wave. This is home. You know where we are now. Please pop in whenever you can. Let us know what's going on, and we'll definitely be able to share those details with everybody as well.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, guys. You guys are awesome.
Beautiful. Thanks, George. So we're going to quickly see what's happening in your headlines. Are you good?
Yes, I'm good.
Right.
The Morning Wave on Mix 93.8.